Hello everybody, this is Keith from CryptoCoinMindSet. I hope this video finds you well today. And as always, I'm here to help you get your mindset on crypto. And today we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency wallets. In particular, the difference between a custodial and non-custodial wallet. If you ask me, that's something that's critically important. If you don't understand what type of wallet you're using at that base level, you could choose poorly and ultimately lose access to your crypto. So we're going to talk about custodial and non-custodial wallets today. We're going to start off with a definition. We're going to then dive a little bit deeper into each type, give you the pros, the cons, some providers for each different type, and at the end, some things to consider when you decide which of these major types of wallets is best for you. So let's dive into it. Now, to start with, I have taken this topic and broken it down in a very extensive article on my blog, CryptoCoinMindset.com. There'll be a link to the specific article in the description below. Head over there and make sure that you read this article. We're going to go over a lot of it today, but why not get every fine point? And I put a lot of additional links in that article to other quality content to help you in your decision-making process. So again, link in the description below to head on over to the blog and check that out. But right now, let's start off, hit the ground running with the definition of each custodial and non-custodial. A custodial wallet is a type of cryptocurrency wallet where a third-party provider retains control over a user's private keys. And you're going to find out as we continue on here, the basic difference between these two types of wallets is who controls the private keys. Remember, not your keys, not your coins. And a custodial wallet, they are not your keys because the third-party provider, whoever it is, controls the private keys. A non-custodial wallet, also known as a self-custody wallet, is a type of cryptocurrency wallet that grants users control and ownership of their private keys. This is what I advocate in 99% of the cases when it comes to cryptocurrency. Because again, if you don't own those keys, you don't own the coins. So you need to be able to have ownership of that and keep your autonomy and your freedom with regard to how you can control your cryptocurrency. Let's start out by taking a deeper dive into the custodial wallet option. Let's see what that's all about. But actually, before we do that, you need to understand that these wallets, for all intent and purposes, do and solve the same function. They allow the user to be able to interface with the cryptocurrency on the blockchain. Because remember, all that your wallet is holding is the private keys that give you access to your cryptocurrency assets on the blockchain. The wallets don't physically hold any cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is nothing more than a cryptographic hash on the blockchain. And your cryptocurrency wallet, custodial or non-custodial, gives you the ability to access those and interact with them. However, how it interacts depends on if it's custodial or non-custodial. Let's take a look at the custodial. As I mentioned a moment ago, a custodial wallet, also sometimes called a hosted wallet, is basically a wallet that is created and controlled by a third-party provider. Generally speaking, it's like an exchange wallet. So the exchange has the control of your private keys, hence custodial wallet. Now, this is the type of wallet that most of us have been introduced to when we first come into the space. They're easy to use, they interact like a bank, and I'm gonna actually talk about that in a minute a little bit deeper so you can kind of see the correlation between like traditional banking and how it might relate to these custodial type of wallets. And thanks to these custodians, you then have the ability to interact with fiat currency. So being able to move money from your bank to the exchange, for example, and vice versa. But for that convenience, you lose the most essential piece of control, the actual control of your private keys. Not to mention, for all of these, you generally got a KYC, so there is no privacy with these type of wallets. Things to keep in mind as you're deciding. But let's take a look at how these wallets are similar to like a traditional banking system. Basically, when you use a custodial wallet, you're entrusting someone else to take care of your money, just kind of like you do with a bank, right? You take your money, you put it in your checking account, you put it in your savings account, and then you interact either with your banking app or you go to the actual physical bank branch and conduct whatever business it is you need to conduct. Same thing with like a cryptocurrency exchange. And that's what I'm going to be referring to in most of this video, because I would say the majority of the providers are cryptocurrency exchanges that you'll be interacting with regard to a custodial wallet. There are others like that used to be like Celsius, BlockFi, and those were more CeFi type of lenders and dividend providers who have since gone into bankruptcy, and honestly isn't even a service you can get anymore in the United States. But just because you're using a cryptocurrency exchange doesn't make it safe either. Look what happened with FTX. They absconded with money, commingled user funds, and basically used those funds to bribe politicians and everybody and their brother in order to basically be able to live the high life on the user's dime. That's one of the definite drawbacks with regard to a custodial wallet. But before I get too far off track, let's get a little bit further into it here. Remember, these custodial wallets are run by a third party. Okay, so let's see how the association and correlation between bank and exchange happens. So when you pay bills sometimes with your bank handles the signing of checks. Now, whether that's you're physically signing the check or you go to the bank and get a bank check and they're signing the check to pay whatever bill it is that needs to be paid, the bank handles that. The same is true with regard to your cryptocurrency wallet. So when you are on an exchange and you purchase Bitcoin, let's say, and you're then going to take that Bitcoin and move it to a non-custodial wallet, which I highly recommend you do. Matter of fact, I'll make sure there's a link to a live stream in the description below that I did not too long ago, and it tells you about getting your crypto off the exchange and gives you a lot of good reasons why. So make sure you check that out. So the same thing happens. So like the bank signs the checks, when you move that money in your exchange, those digital assets, in order to move it on the blockchain, you have to digitally sign. And the way you do that is with your private keys. So the cryptocurrency exchange in this case does that signing for you. So here's another key point to remember. When you are picking a custodial service provider, so which exchange you're going to use basically, you need to be able to trust them at least to some extent to make sure that they're, one, going to protect your private keys from hackers, and two, not mishandle your money like FTX did and run away with it. All the more reason why I don't recommend the use of custodial wallets except when you absolutely need to. Remember that these custodial wallets, like banks, are a centralized system. Because of that, they are subject to laws and demands from the government. Your money in the bank is nothing more than an IOU. Until you go to the bank and physically take paper fiat into your hands, that money is nothing more than an IOU. The same is true with a custodial wallet on a cryptocurrency exchange. Until you take that cryptocurrency off and put it into your own custody where you control the keys, it's nothing more than an IOU. So a government can come in, freeze your bank account. A government could come in and freeze your exchange account. You've already KYC'd, so they know who you are, they know what banks you got connected to it, and they know what you're doing with your money because the exchange is going to tell them. But now let's just kind of pull this together. At the end of the day, if you're using a custodial wallet, you're entrusting someone else with your cryptocurrency. I will tell you that the majority of the time, that doesn't end well. So if you want to take control of your own cryptocurrency, you need a non-custodial wallet. Let's go take a look at those now. Non-custodial wallets are also known as self-custody wallets. Basically, you, the owner of the wallet, has complete control of your private keys. These are the type of wallets I advocate you use. You really should be using a non-custodial wallet. You need to be the bank. You are the bank. And the only way you can do that is by being in complete control of your private keys. Non-custodial wallets come in a lot of different forms and fashions. Desktop applications, such as Exodus Wallet, browser extensions, such as MetaMask, or mobile apps. Doesn't matter where you have them, as long as you are in control of your private keys. When you use these type of wallets, they typically generate a mnemonic phrase, otherwise known as like a seed or recovery phrase. This is what you use to back up your wallet. So if something happens to your wallet, you're able to restore the wallet and regain access to your funds. Just like if you had a checkbook or a passbook savings in your bank and you lost it, you would go back to the bank, verify who you are, and they would give you that information back. Well, remember, with a non-custodial wallet, you're the bank. So you need to back up your wallet with this seed or recovery phrase. Now, one of the main arguments about people using custodial wallets is that generally speaking, the interfaces are very user-friendly and it's super easy to do whatever transaction it is you're looking to do within the wallet. Non-custodial wallets are slowly gaining this type of user functionality, especially when you're talking about desktop wallets and mobile wallets. It's pretty much the same as you would use on any other mobile app or desktop app. Where you run into a little bit more difficulty and there is a potential learning curve is when you're using something like a hardware wallet, which is also a different form of non-custodial wallet. These wallets have a lot of built-in features. It's becoming a lot easier to use QR codes and so on in order to make transactions happen. So the argument of an easy user interface, okay, maybe that's okay for the first, 6 months that you're in cryptocurrency. But after that, it's time to learn how to be your own bank. All right, let's take a look at some of the non-custodial wallet providers. There are a bunch. I name the top ones here. Matter of fact, I talked about most of these. Ledger Nano series, still promoting Ledger, link in the description below. Trezor, another hardware wallet option, link in the description below. Both of those are affiliate links. Doesn't cost you anything to use them, but if you do, I get a small compensation. It helps the channel. It helps me keep doing what I enjoy doing, getting this great information out to you. So thank you in advance for using those. Also, there's MetaMask. Can put that right in your browser. Easy peasy. Connect to DeFi apps. Do what you need to do with regard to MetaMask. And then there's Exodus Wallet. Exodus has not only a desktop version, but they have a mobile wallet as well. Very friendly user interfaces, easy to use, and free. You can't beat that. All right, so let's recap a little bit. The biggest advantage to using a non-custodial wallet is you are in control of your private keys. You are your own bank. You will be able to do whatever transactions you want to do because you have control of your private keys. Again, not your keys, not your coins. This is the way cryptocurrency was meant to be utilized, to give you and I, the users, the autonomy and freedom to be able to use our money as we see fit without having to go to a government to get it, a government to give us permission to do it, or for that matter, anybody else, banks, doesn't matter. You should be able to decide where your money goes. All right, let's get this thing moving on and take a look at some considerations when you're trying to figure out if it's better for you to use a custodial or a non-custodial wallet. You have to decide what level of risk you're willing to take with your cryptocurrency. Because as I list here in the first sentence, to custody or not to custody, that is the question. You have to decide if you think you can take better control of your private keys and secure them better than a third-party provider, like an exchange. And done properly, you can. So again, what level of risk are you willing to take? How much security can you provide for yourself? Or do you need somebody else to do that for you? And finally, how much control do you actually want to have over your cryptocurrency? Well, if you want to be able to decide how much security to have, if you want to have complete control of your cryptocurrency, and if you feel like you are competent enough that it's not risky at all for you to take care of your cryptocurrency, that it's more risky to give it to a third party than a non-custodial option is what you're looking for. Why not take advantage of it, the resources that are here, learn to do it yourself? Because it comes down to, are you able to better protect your money and move your cryptocurrency assets than someone else? Again, what level of risk are you willing to take? So you got to make sure at the end of the day that you choose your custody solution wisely. So let's recap. A custodial wallet is a wallet that is got a third-party provider controlling the private keys to your cryptocurrency. A non-custodial wallet is a self-custody option where you control your private keys. I am going to heavily suggest that you put yourself in a position that you control your crypto assets in a non-custodial wallet option. Again, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just some guy on the internet. So you have to decide what works best for you. There might be some combination of both, but only you can make that decision. Either way, you definitely are going to need to use a cryptocurrency wallet to interact with and secure your digital assets. As a matter of fact, having a cryptocurrency wallet is so important. I've dedicated an entire playlist to cryptocurrency wallets. Head here, check out this playlist. It's not just me, but also other YouTubers in the space who have great technical expertise with cryptocurrency wallets. So head on over, check out this playlist. I'll see you there.